Okay, so the last 24 hours again. Look at it. We've had some rain. No, we've had a lot of rain. In actual fact, we've had so much rain in such a short period of time, and the ground's so saturated, the old generator house is flooded, and that's only the second time I remember having water running down through the barn that's come in through there, where the gutters and everything else have just not been able to take it. It's got down behind the building, and it's literally just, well, water running it everywhere. Okay, you're already on. I thought I'd turned that off. Obviously I didn't. This is the second time that I've been down here with the barrow, because I want to fill our log basket up. The weather's supposed to be better tomorrow, not quite so wet tomorrow. But yeah, I just want to, while the lads aren't home, while the tree team's not in, I've got plenty of space so I can get in the shed and then get logs out easy. Once they come back and park trucks everywhere, then it's just not so easy. So yeah, we're going to pump up some tyres now, or a tyre, and then I'm going to have to come in with a skid steer, move some bags around, and then I'm going to fill up my log basket. So wherever the hole is in this tyre, it's getting worse. So I put 2 bar in here this morning. 1 bar. 2 bar. I really need to get this thing repaired. So again today, I was glad that I spent the time, effort and a bit of money last year in putting some drains in the yard. But as before, even the drains didn't really cope that well. They got rid of most of it, but the bed, this end of the shed got wet. That's got damp in there. In the middle's okay. The doorway down there is wet, and the north end of the barn over there is damp. It's not so bad. I've got to give them a fresh bed now, but I think it's going to be a job for a bit later on today, is get in here and give them some fresh. So no one wants to sleep in a wet bed. Most of the morning's being spent in my office. Some of it doing a bit of editing for YouTube, because I did take an hour for that. I just made the video of me teasing Holli on Christmas Eve when she wanted some ingredients. That was fun. But some of it is also, we've got a new contract coming up, and the problem with applying for new contracts, there is mountains of paperwork. So, and even though I hate paperwork, if we want the work, I have to do the hours. back into the light. Well, it stopped raining for 5 minutes. Makes a change. Hello? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Do you see the little white dots of paper all over this? This was this is what we did yesterday morning when oh, they got that one wrong. That's not small leaf line. Close though. So I got the guys to go out around the farm with a pair of loppers and snip twigs and branches off all sorts of trees to bring them back here to then go through the process of identification. This may or may not be a video that you don't need me to do it, to be perfectly honest. There are lots and lots of good people out there on tree stuff which will teach you all about tree identification, how to identify stuff, how to tell the difference between this tree and that tree and everything else. So that's what we were doing yesterday, because our two youngsters, although they're now qualified climbers, tree identification in a tree surgery company is, well, it's really important. It's no good having a bloke who knows how to use a chainsaw. If you send him off to someone's garden to do some pruning on a tree, and he can't tell when you write it down what tree he's supposed to be, and he cuts the wrong one, that's no use to man or beast. So yes, so we went through a process, and there's quite a few here. I did have to give them some pointers. I mean, they weren't going to get that. I mean, there's very few clues on that as to what that is, although there's two really major clues just there. A couple of you might know what that is. So I tell you what, I'm not going to tell you. Who can tell me what tree that covers? So it's alternate buds. They're not opposing. Alternate buds. There's another tree with a leaf very similar. It's got a heart-shaped leaf. So there's another tree that's got a similar size and shape leaf, which are opposing buds. I won't tell you what that one is either, because that might give the game away, but I will tell you, so for those who know, that that tree in the autumn smells like burnt caramel. So those of you that know what that is, know what that is. It's one of those trees that you can be walking through a wood or an arboretum and you'll smell it before, in the autumn this is, you'll smell it before you see it. So, but this is the tree that is quite often it's confused with. So yeah, maybe we'll do a little bit of tree ident stuff on some of the simple stuff. If you want to get into it really properly and you want to know the difference between how to identify a tree, there are some really good videos out there. People who are better qualified than me to teach you. So. Okay, so go on then, there's the question for you. That is a seed pod. I'll give you that much away. It's small heart-shaped leaf, half the size of the palm of my hand, delicate little tree. Flowers are mauvey purple, and the flowers are not restricted to the outer length of the tree. They can be found throughout the crown. All right, some of you already know what this is. So, right, answers in the box below. Let's see how many of you get it right. Maybe just for a bit of fun, we'll do a bit of tree ident stuff. I'll see what the reaction. I'll see what the reaction to this video is first, to see whether there's any desire for that sort of thing. It is kind of my professional side. It's something that I spent years studying, well, a couple of decades ago now, but and I will be honest, a lot of the stuff I learnt then I've probably forgotten. Although in saying that, even now it surprises me, someone asks me a question. In fact, somebody sent me a picture yesterday asking me to identify a tree, and although they sent me it was a picture of a leaf and a couple of berries, The answer shot straight into my head immediately, but I couldn't be certain because I had nothing to scale the picture against, so I couldn't actually tell how big the leaf was and how big the berries were. If there had been a, say, a pound coin next to the leaf or something to give me a scale, I would have been more certain. Anyway, I got it right. So I messaged the guy and said, this is what I think it is. And then he messaged me back, and I presumed he Googled the name I gave him and then looked at pictures of it and said, yeah, that's the one, that's the tree. But so, okay, let's see what the reaction to this video is. Do you want me to do a little bit of tree ident? Do you want me to put a little bit of a competitive twist on it and sort of say, right, what do you think this is? Some of you out there are professional tree people, and I'll probably say to you folks, I know you know, but the whole idea is I want people to go and look it up. So I will say maybe I'll do a twig or something, because if you want to learn identification for trees, you don't do it by leaves, okay? Ideally, you learn to do it from root tips. So the last year's growth, shall we say, or even this year's and last year's growth, because that's the buds and the pattern and the shapes and everything else, the colours, that's what gives you the biggest clues as to what you're looking at. So, I mean, once you practice, you can look at a tree from 200 metres away and you know what it is. But that comes with practice. A lot of you farmer folks will know your oaks, you'll know your ash, you'll know your sycamores, you'll know your field maples, but there's 33 native trees of the British Isles. How many of you know all 33? Of course, not all of you live in the British Isles. So that question or statement is only really pertinent to us. Many of you live abroad, States, Europe, Africa, South America, wherever it is, you know, your native selection is probably a bit bigger than ours.
That's unfair.
What's unfair?
You sneaking up on me.
It's not very difficult to sneak up on you when you got your ears in, is it? What are you making?
Red velvet cake.
Ooh.
You like red velvet cake?
I'm not a big fan of red velvet cake. I can't see the point in red velvet. Just make it chocolate.
No, they want red velvet. I ain't got the choice.
Oh, weird people. Chocolate.
There's a recipe for my red velvet cake. Feel free to share that one if you want to.
No, a secret. What's that? Butter?
It's got buttermilk in it. That's why it's different.
Castor. I presume that means castor sugar.
Yes.
9 eggs?
Yeah.
How big is it?
10 inch.
10 inch.
10 inch 4-layer cake.
4 layers. All right, okay. 675 grams of self-raising flour.
Yeah.
Cocoa, vanilla, bicarb.
Bicarb.
No, bicarb.
Bicarb.
You've got some bicarb in it, have you?
I had to clean up my thinking
What's that?
food gels.
Food gels?
Yeah.
Have you washed your hands?
I have multiple times, and
Okay.
it's stained. The purple stains my hands.
Okay.
Purple stains.
Okay, I found that actually.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this will take me a day or bit to get out. That is.
That looks really unhealthy.
And then some. But it's vegan, so it's fine.
Swear at me. You can swear at me, right? I'm off.
No.
Yeah,
I change it back. It's dairy free. Butter.
that's nearly as bad. Dairy-free butter.
Yeah.
What's wrong with proper butter?
This is really good. Tesco's, and I'm branding it.
Yeah.
But Tesco's mine. It
But it's not butter. Okay.
That's buttermilk. Basically, buttermilk.
Buttermilk. Well, you have got butter in there.
Where?
You've got a lot of butter in there.
Bah.
Your nan used to have a fridge just like that.
I know.
Is it?
Thank you, Granny.
It was just like that fridge. Yeah. Thank you, Mum. So, okay, I'm gonna go. Going in now.
Excuse the mess.
I did notice the mess. Your mess. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Okay. Okay. Bye.
Bye.